is Nina. Now, I'm just going to go through some of these social media posts concerning Sweetie and all of this never ending drama. And there has been several incidents that I'm going to try to just scroll through. I do apologize if these are not in order. I am just running down Twitter and I'm just going to be just responding to some of the things that she's actually been in the media for. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys and say I don't know if this is because of her album not doing so well, only selling 2,000 copies, or if this is really misogyny, or if this has to do with comments that she made after Takeoff's passing. But I'm just going to just go through some of this for you guys. You guys can make your own opinion. I am just reporting some of the news. Now, here is one that had posted. Sweetie um, made comments that women are running rap due to so much pawpaws and disrespect in the male music. And this unknown rapper, I do not know who J Dot is, J Dot Breezy, came back at her, clapping back, saying, okay, we rap a certain way, but y'all music basically encourage women to not only date men for money and put price tags on your nana. So we all effed up, to be honest. Y'all ain't making it no better than these males. And like I said, this is just one incident of what's been going on with her. Sweetie also actually went on here to support somebody that is on Spotify that really has like no listeners. And she says, I hope all 2,000 support you, babes. You know, I don't know if she was trying to clown this artist or support him, but this is what she said. She also said, I didn't know it was only 2,000 pretty chicks in the world. Then I'm also scrolling down, like I said. I'm just going through these in no particular order. And somebody else was responding about her in this J. Breezy situation and said, don't get me wrong, Sweetie is ASS, but this rebuttal ain't it either. Dating for money isn't remotely the same as taking a life or committing a crime in your own community. Also, who in the F is J. Breezy? That is actually my same question. Also, now some people are actually putting this whole thing on a new perspective, which actually makes sense. Keisha Legion said, but why isn't everyone canceling Lotto? Nikki, etc., for working with Dr. Luke. People only care when it's Kim. Please shut up. And again, this has to do with, um, the Dr. Luke situation in which, Lotto, Nikki, and Sweetie has actually worked with him, and people are not giving them the same energy that they've given other people in rap. So like I said, Sweetie has just been getting it from all over today. Now this Vlad situation is a big one. I actually wanted to talk about. So apparently Vlad was trying to pay her 10K, 10 bands to appear for an interview on his channel. Vlad being a very large audience person that does interviews basically for a lot of people in hip hop. And Vlad was turned down by Sweetie's publicist. They got into it a lot, and it was like a lot of back and forth. However, Sweetie actually did take the high road on this, and I applaud her for that. However, some people are actually bringing up the situation she had a few days ago with Joe Budden. Now, Joe Budden, um, was basically coming down on her for, again, comments that she made They got into it, and Sweetie was not as nice to him. And this person is saying that Sweetie um, got to keep the same energy for the white man, too. Both tried to clown her equally. Then this one is saying, I don't think anyone is coming for Sweetie's cell situation any more than others do. It's a valid conversation around mainstream artist numbers being much less than one would have expected, and let's not act like y'all artists. Y'all didn't drag Chloe, Lorraine, and Megan for weeks. Now, again, Sweetie only sold 2,000 copies of her new EP. It has 6 songs. Did not do so well, in my opinion. I think this might have done better while she had the momentum. I think it was like a year ago when like that Tap In song came out, and then it was like another one she dropped. I think it was Best Friend. When she had that momentum, then I think she should have kept riding it to drop something. However, there was like a long haul in between albums. On top of that, she promised that this EP would be pretty big, and a lot of people basically said it was not that good. Now, going back again, like I said, this is all Sweetie. Because like I said, it's too much of a mess to actually work through. Um, her and Vlad had some back and forth. I'm very glad that she took the high road. Vlad ended up apologizing. Like I said, this is a long situation, and I apologize that these tweets are not in order. But Vlad actually did manage to apologize, about her mixtape sales. And he said the way that she ended up responding to him showed class and professionalism. He said that he was honored that she was a fan of Vlad TV. Being from the Bay Area, I loved when Bay artists win and consistently go out their way to interview them. So, like I said, this has just been a hot mess. Another person is actually saying something I do agree with. Sweetie is definitely a very unproblematic girl in the game. She usually does mind her own business, and she likes to take care of what she's doing. Now, getting back to this Vlad situation, like I said, I'm just scrolling through here. I normally cut through here. However, Sweetie has been just trending. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do something different and just go down these tweets. All right, so here's a little bit of a clip from the actual emails. And Shirley Jew is a, I guess, ex-employee of his now. And she said that he actually let her go. Um, and like I said, that'll probably be a whole nother video. But she is confirming in these text messages. Vlad first offered 10K to book Sweetie. I'm sorry, Shirley, you might be a publicist. And then he got hurt, and it was like a pass, so he decided to escalate things. In this text, she said, you can see he said what he said about what he wanted to choose. And this is screenshots. 10K for Sweetie. The response was from Shirley, she won't do Vlad TV. He said, why not? She said, I was literally only I literally only was given 12 minutes and they cut me off at 9. She doesn't speak on her personal life either. Can't see what that top thing say. I think it says blogs creating a narrative around her. I don't know. I feel bad. He says, can you send me her publicist contact? She says her publicist doesn't like Vlad. She told me she wouldn't ever have her artist do it. I'm sorry. It's a struggle when I'm trying to pitch you. He says, cool. I don't like them either. Then I'll just choose, you know, Pawpaw. I'll be posting a voicemail also. Now, I don't think that he actually meant I'll choose to do Pawpaw. I think it was his way of saying, okay, I'm about to expose y'all, and I'm hurt that y'all didn't want to come on my show. However, saying stuff like that in this day and age, in my opinion, is actually very, very uh, counterintuitive. First of all, a lot of people are not in their square mind. They might see that and actually, do some type of weird incident. The other thing is when you are working as a journalist, you have to have some decorum of professionalism doing journalism. Basically, meaning, okay, they turned down your interview. Did you want to maybe do a counter offer? Did you want to maybe allow her to pick questions? Now, there's no telling if that interview offer was right before Takeoff's passing or after. If it was after, I would definitely say he might have wanted her on there to maybe get the pulse of how she felt about the situation with Takeoff, as well as address some stuff that was said about her and Offset and Quavo. You know that little triangle situation everybody heard about. It could have been him trying to get her on there so, he can get some material on her. So again, I'm scrolling through these comments and I just think that this whole thing was a mess. The Shirley girl came back and said, "Thanks to everybody for standing up for me. I'm going to tell the truth on what happened because Vlad literally called me on Thanksgiving, screaming and yelling on the phone. He also called Saweetie the biggest artist in the world. LOL. Not letting that one go." And again, these are more comments about Saweetie, basically saying, so basically, Atlantic Records parent company Warner stopped Saweetie from doing an interview with Vlad to stop her from speaking on her alleged relations with Cardi B's husband Offset. Got it? Make it make sense. Vlad came back and said, and for everyone who's asking the publicist I'm speaking about or who blocked the interview request, behind Saweetie's back is at Warner Music, Senior Vice President of Publicity, Aisha White, and this is her Twitter. And like I said, Vlad just really came off, in my own opinion, just really overreaching himself as a journalist. You can't uh, strong arm or bully someone to do an interview with you. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. You have to cut your losses and know where your victories are. I actually think if he did not choose to be so messy, I think eventually he could have actually sat down with her. He does have a large vlog. Now, could that have responded to her in sales? I don't think so, honestly. I don't see the correlation. She already has like 13 million followers. Only 2,000 people bought copies. So if that was not going to translate, I don't know. It could have just been more publicity for her. But like I said, right now I think she might be trying to stay away from certain journalists that she think is just going to go in and ask those questions. I honestly think, in my own opinion, the only way Vlad, just to wrap this up, could have actually came out and said something about Saweetie and been defensive is if she took the money, signed the contract to show up and didn't show. However, they just wrote him off, didn't want to do it, did not take the money. I can't see why he is so hurt over this. I think that there needs to be a level of decorum and professionalism on his part. I'm also glad that this stayed under wraps until he spoke out about it. It does show her character. And honestly, I do think that this was a little bit of a backwards move because I don't think she's the first person to turn him down for an interview and for this entire situation to come out the way it did and to see so much negativity surrounding this was pretty bad. So that's my take on what's been going on with Saweetie. Like I said, I think baby girl's been handling it, pretty well with a level of professionalism on her own end that I think a lot of people could really learn from. I definitely want to hear you guys' comments. I apologize that this was not in order. However, anything else break, I'll let you guys know. Till next time, be safe, guys. Have a good night. Bye, guys.